Thank you, Adrian, and a very good evening to you as Manchester United visit Hill Dickinson for the first time. There's been no fixture in Premier League history that has seen as many away wins as this one, with United victorious in more than half of their trips to Goodison since 1992, although there were some notable exceptions. 2019, for instance, a 4-0 success against Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's men, the Toffees' biggest win over United for 35 years. And 2014, when David Moyes made his first Goodison return, lost the game and lost his job. Michael Carrick played under Moyes for United that night, and 12 years on, the pair are in opposition for the first time, both back at their respective spiritual homes and able to look upwards after making sense of the difficult scenarios that they each inherited. Neither's going to be able to get their club back to where they truly want them to be this season, but hey, one step at a time. Everton had 9 top half finishes in 11 campaigns under Moyes. They're now chasing their first for 5 years. And if United's pursuit of a Champions League return is successful, that would constitute some turnaround. Nights like this will be instrumental for both. Everton line up with Pickford in goal, Garner, Tarkowski, Keane and Branthwaite the back four. Irabunum alongside Gay in midfield. Gay was sent off for striking Keane when the two sides met at Old Trafford earlier this season. And Jai, Dewsbury Hall and Armstrong playing support of Cherno Barry up front. For Manchester United, Lomans the goalkeeper, Dalot, Yoro, Maguire and Shaw. Casemiro alongside Kobbie Mainoo in midfield. Ahmad, Bruno Fernandes, Adam Burmo with Mateus Cunha playing up front. And on the benches for Everton, Tom King, the sub-keeper tonight, Patterson, McNeil, Beto and Mikalenko, George, Dibbling, Coleman and Rull. And for United, it's Altay, Mazraoui, Zirkzee, Malacia and Ugarte, Heaven, Shesko, Tyler Fletcher, and the Irish under-21 international midfielder Jack Morehouse, who is hoping for his Manchester United debut tonight. Always good to see the game between two clubs in their traditional colours. Everton blue shirts and white shorts, and they're defending the southern end of the magnificent Hill Dickinson Stadium in the first half. United red shirts, black shorts, and they will be getting us underway. Steve Bruce, great to be alongside you for this. And there's a lot of pressure on both of these clubs, particularly your old one though, as they look to be able to get themselves back into the top four. Positive result will be enough for that tonight, but they can really make headway on Villa with a victory.
Well, look, there's always pressure on Manchester United. That's what the club is all about, dealing with the pressure and the atmosphere of the stadium here. All of a sudden, this is going to be a difficult place to come and play. The place is electric. The Everton fans are right behind them, as you'd expect. So let's hope they can deal with it and handle it.
Underway then, and very nearly a goal for Everton inside the opening 6 seconds. It could have been. The ball was laid back for Lomans. He's whacked it forward straight at Cherno Barry, and from there he could have gone anywhere. It's actually come off and gone behind Lomans and gone down towards the corner flag, but 2 or 3 inches the other way, it hits him and goes straight into the net.
That could have been the quickest goal that I think any of us have ever seen anywhere. How often do we see it now? They pass the ball back to the goalkeeper from the kick-off, and the big boy charged it down, and then he charged it into the net.
I'll tell you something, Shane Long's heart was in his mouth just for a moment there, because he's got that Premier League record, the quickest ever goal, but he's unlikely. You would think Everton be beaten, but he could have been there. 0-0 here on TalkSport, still inside the opening minute with plenty of drizzle in the air on an inclement February evening here on Merseyside. Manchester United in possession. They're kicking from left to right, and Lenny Yoro turns it square away from Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. Plays it back for Harry Maguire, who's got Luke Shaw to his left. He's got Dalot in an advanced position on the United right. Yoro, though, under pressure from Dewsbury Hall, couldn't play the pass. And it's a throw that'll be taken by Everton. Slightly sloppy start from Manchester United in possession inside the opening 90 seconds.
I think Dalot there's got to offer a better angle to receive it from his centre-back there. He's got caught and they put a bit of pressure on him. 2 mistakes in the first minute. It'll not bode well for I have to say. United will need to settle down very, very quickly.
I think their display at West Ham in the last game was the worst of the 5 under Michael Carrick so far. Still showed great character in being able to come back and equalise in stoppage time. It's the only blemish to his record so far. He remains unbeaten in his 2 spells at the Manchester United Hounds. Game number 9 for him tonight. And game number 6 in this one. Dalot, back for Casemiro. A little backheel flick down the line from Ahmad, hits Branthwaite and goes out of play. Interesting to see how this remodelled Everton defence goes tonight. A midfielder playing at right back, a centre-half playing at left back, and I don't think that the 4 of them have ever played together as a defensive unit before.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a difficulty for Everton. They're not blessed with the biggest of squads, are they? You know, that's obviously, you know, when you see people playing out of position, he obviously thinks for this big occasion, though, he can trust these people in these positions. It's never easy when you've lost 2 or 3 in a similar sort of position, especially defenders, but I think they've handled it in the past. One thing that Moisey has said is they are a smallish squad to deal with it, but fair play to them so far, they've done okay.
Harry Maguire in possession, and he's found Lenny Yoro. Yoro working it down towards the Manchester United right-hand side, where there's space for Bruno Fernandes, and as he works it in, Cunha's found space as well, a little pocket. He's now able to attack the edge of the penalty area, lays it back for Fernandes. High aerial pass from him, volley back in by Mbeumo, where Dalot was arriving, and Cunha coming onto it, hits a left-footed shot, first one blocked, second one Pickford got a hand on it, it's then cleared off the line behind him by James Tarkowski. And for all the fact that Everton have made a bright start, they've had to kick one off the line inside the opening 3.5 minutes. Now on the counter-attack, they'll bring it forward. Better ball for Keane, and Dewsbury Hall would have seen some real momentum in the counter, but they've still got it with Harrison Armstrong. Coming forward towards the edge of the penalty area. Laid back for Gay. His shot hitting Cunha, and Shaw can do the rest to mop up for Manchester United. But what an open start of the game, Steve Bruce.
What a start. On 2 or 3 occasions, I have to say, Pickford's pulled off an unbelievable save in the mayhem of it. Low down to his right-hand side. It'll be interesting to see the video again. But what a wonderful save, and 2-3 chances for United.
So it could be 1-1 with 4 minutes gone. And it's still goalless, and a throw that Everton will take over on the far touchline, which is their right, level with the edge of the Manchester United penalty area. And the ball is worked into the feet of Tierno Barry, who's then fouled. And a free kick to Everton, or is the referee not given a free kick, but has just stopped play because of the way that Barry went down? I think it is the latter. The referee's down in England tonight. He took charge of the Merseyside derby back in September. There's a concern for Barry here, who's holding his face with his right hand. He's just going back to his feet now. He's going to be able to continue without the need for any treatment.
I think he's got caught in the face as he's running into Harry. He's running into Harry's elbow. Not a very, very good thing to do, I have to tell you. But certainly it's no free kick. But he's stopped it for a head injury.
Tarkowski, Pickford, racing outside his penalty area, has sliced it. He was trying to play down towards Jarrod Branthwaite, and then had to gallop back to get in position very quickly inside his penalty area away to our right. But Manchester United have possession much deeper, with Maguire laying it back for Shaw. Well, when they build in possession, Shaw will tend to stay back, and Dalot will push forward, so they often build with a 3. Llora's got it wide to Ahmad. Ahmad coming back in from the touchline, away from Dewsbury Hall, sends an aerial pass out to the United left. It was too long for Mbeumo, and Bruno Fernandes has now got a problem. He went down for a moment, he's on his knees, and is back on his feet, and he's having a word with referee down in England as well. But it will be an Everton throw over on the right-hand side. Highly entertaining opening 6 minutes though here on TalkSport. At Everton 0, Manchester United 0, Steve.
Yeah, and Pickford is right, pulled off a very, very good save down to his right. Thankfully, I think it's Tarkowski behind him who seems to get it off the line, and they've got away with it. Great save. How often have we seen that over the years from England's number 1? I have to say, he's proved it again. Absolutely top class goalkeeper, the kid. Yep,
first save was magnificent, and the second one he did enough. He took the pace out of it, which made it easy for Tarkowski, who was lying on the ground, to then kick it away with his left foot. Manchester United coming forward again until an excellent challenge from Tim Irabunen stops the progress of Cunha. Irabunen, the former Villa man, making his 100th career appearance tonight. There's Lenny Yoro. Back towards Casemiro. It's a strange pass that missed him from close range. That allows Everton to get it forward towards Harrison Armstrong before Ahmad comes back and flicks it away from him. And then he'll lay it back inside his own penalty area. Ahmad to Casemiro. It was a better pass that time. Back towards Lomans. Dewsbury Hall applying the press. Now the Belgian goalkeeper gets it away towards halfway, but back it will come. Flicked on, but there was a little push there by Idrissa Gana Gueye, giving a free kick to Casemiro and Manchester United.
Yeah, they've come after them very, very high up the pitch, Everton. Dewsbury Hall supporting the big boy centre forward and got after the high up the pitch, which has surprised me a little bit, but they've caught Man United a couple of times. A decent start from both teams.
Casemiro on halfway. Long ball over the top and Burmo chasing. And it goes all the way through to Jordan Pickford. So there have been moments in this game already where it's been Cunha going through the middle with Burmo on the left and vice versa. It's tended to be over the last couple of games that they've stuck to their original plans, whichever way round it may be, because both have played large swathes of a 90 minutes through the middle with the other over on the left. At the moment it's Brian Burmo who is in the middle. Lenny Yoro has got the ball. He's gone back for Harry Maguire. We're 8 minutes in. And still 0-0 between Everton and Manchester United as David Moyes celebrates his 1,200th game in management tonight, which is an extraordinary record.
Wow, what a number that is.
As Dalot plays it in and Pickford beats it away again. Away from Cunha. I mean, he's more than 100 ahead of you. I never thought I'd say that about anybody.
Well, it just shows you how long he's been going. Fair play to him. He gives us old ones a little bit of hope, I have to say. Fantastic achievement. That's a lot of Saturday afternoons, that is, isn't it?
It is. It is. And it's also his 50th game in this spell in charge of Everton. He's had nearly 570. He's gone on for half of those 1,200 have been at Everton. Dewsbury Hall. Bunin. Ahmad putting the pressure on him and he's fouled him.
There's no doubt at all. Everton are getting after them and they've caught them a few times. Casemiro, unlike him, has been caught twice. Dallow's been caught twice in the last 5-6 minutes. So they have to be a little bit sharper with their passing because Everton are up and at them and the crowd are right behind them. Every time they see a challenge, they cheer it. Of course they do.
Everton looking to do the double over Manchester United for the first time since the 13-14 season. United with more away wins in this fixture than any other team has against another in the Premier League. They've won 19 of 33 trips to Goodison in the Premier League. I know footballing history didn't start in 1992, but as a reference point over the last generation or so, it's been the away win we've seen more than any other. All work forward towards Brian Burmo, who backpedaling has lost possession. Well defended by Keane. It's out of play for an Everton throw that Branthwaite takes back for Keane. And Jordan Pickford in turn played in. Outside his D. Sweeps it with his second touch out to the Everton right where it's nodded on. And then brought under control by Tarkowski. Tarkowski's got Njai ahead of him. He's got Garner to his right. Garner briskly plays it back to his goalkeeper. Pickford drives it the other way now, and Jared Branthwaite will make a run. But Dalot saw him coming and hooks up his right foot to be able to volley it away and put it out for a throw to Everton.
It's interesting to see Pickford there, who's pinged one out to the right-hand side. Now he's hit one on the left-hand side. There must be a 60-70 yard pass he's looking for, and he's a bit disappointed that I didn't get there. Wonderful striker of the ball he is.
Such an asset, that distribution he has from the back. As Yoro goes back for Sarah Lomans in all yellow again tonight. Lomans has only kept 3 clean sheets in his 19 games, but not much of that has been down to him. Keane heading it forward here. Dewsbury Hall, sliding challenge comes in that catches Maguire. And another free kick to Manchester United. It was Gueye that just got there half a second late.
Yeah, going back to Lemons, he's been a real steady Eddie, hasn't he? You know, he's come in under difficult circumstances and filled the jersey very, very well. We weren't also sure who he was coming in at the start of the season, but he's done fantastically well.
Yeah, last season, only his breakthrough season in Belgian football with Antwerp. So, 18 months ago, was not even a household name in Belgium.
Yeah, incredible start for his career he's had over the last 6 months. Wonderful start.
Casemiro. And he's found Lenny Yoro, who is still inside Manchester United territories. He plays it back towards Mainu. Mainu cleverly finding Casemiro. And that created a bit of space. Ahmad back for Yoro, and now the space is on the right with Dalot. Dalot's ball forward. Mainu had continued his run forward along with Ahmad. There's an Everton player down, injured inside his own penalty area, and play stops so that the treatment can be administered.
Not often you see him stay down, Tarkowski. And funny enough, he was only competing against Ahmad. It was a bit of a mismatch because the ball was in the air. But he's either twisted himself or he looks in a bit of pain at the moment, and difficult for him.
I don't know whether he just came down, landed awkwardly on his shoulder, or got caught on the way down. He's holding his solar plexus. It was a special fixture for him, a lifelong Manchester United fan, brought up in Moston, and heavily winded here. He's going to be okay. He'll be all right to continue, I'm sure, but he is needing to receive some treatment on the field. You're listening to Everton against Manchester United on Talk Sport with Sky Sports. And don't forget that with Now, you can stream all the Sky Sports action flexibly. Like Everton Manchester United, live, right now. Search Now Sports.
He's been a real good player for them over the last few years. He's learned his trade at Burnley and did ever so well there, and he's come here and has been a real proper centre-half, you would call him. Maybe an old-fashioned one, and I don't mean that disrespectful to him, but he does all what you'd want a centre-half to do. He's big and strong and tough and good in both boxes. Been an excellent signing for Everton.
Well, he's a player you can count on without, please, giving him an injury jinx, but he hasn't missed a minute of Premier League action so far over the course of this season. He's going to be coming back on in a moment as the ball was swung forward from the free kick by Pickford, and Everton win a throw that Branthwaite takes down towards the corner flag. Chased after by Tierno Barry and dealt with by Lenny Yoro. 14 minutes in, Everton might have scored inside 6 seconds when a Lomans clearance hit Barry and went wide. At the other end, Pickford made an outstanding save, and Tarkowski kicked one off the line moments later. Really entertaining start of the game. First 14 have flown by. 0-0 here on Talk Sport. Jim Prafford and Steve Bruce talking through the action at Hill Dickinson tonight, with Ahmad getting it through the midfield. And again, a sliding challenge puts it out of play from Tim Irabunen. And a throw to Manchester United on their right-hand side. United with a positive result tonight, go back above Chelsea. If they win, they'll be just 3 points behind third place Aston Villa. Everton, for their part, have started the day 9th. They could end it 8th, 9th or 10th, depending on what happens here. If they were to lose by a couple, they'd drop down to 10th on goal difference. Ball's out for another throw that'll be taken over on the Manchester United left through 15 minutes here on TalkSport.
Yeah, it's just quieting down a little bit of possession for United, just in their own half, you'd have to say.
Alan Burmo now can bring it over the halfway line and work it wide to the left-hand side for Cunha. Casemiro taking a touch, bringing it forward, rolling it into the path of Mainu. Mainu then with a square pass for Bruno Fernandes. Lawrence didn't know whether to come out as it ricocheted off an Everton player. Yoro was able to sweep up ahead of him and deal with the threat of Barry. And United with Maguire go back to the goalkeeper and side foots it straight back out to Harry Maguire again, who will bring it forward here for Manchester United. But chances at a premium over the last 10 minutes or so after that breathtaking start that saw an early moment at either end. But since then, it's just been a little bit more of a sterile midfield battle, Steve.
Yeah, there's not much going forward. It's a really intriguing battle between two really confident teams at the moment, you would have to say. United have just edged it in terms of possession.
Casemiro getting it forward. Mainu lost it. And Everton getting it back for Jordan Pickford again. It was Iliman Ndiaye that just mopped up in the midfield. Now finds Jarrad Branthwaite. He's a yard in from the left-hand side as he works it forward over halfway. It's a good battle emerging between Barry and Yoro, with The Everton striker just trying to roll Lenny Yoro there. He couldn't manage it. Thierry Barry, who's scored 4 goals in his last 8 games, the French-born Guinean international that they signed from Villarreal. There's Yoro getting it for Dallo again. Now towards Brian and Burmo. Sliding change from Irabuna. Wins it back. Dewsbury Hall able to turn very quickly in the midfield. Run towards the edge of the penalty area. He's got red shirts in front of him. One of them, Casemiro, just stood his ground, and that was all he needed to do to win possession back from Dewsbury Hall. And Manchester United now will be able to break quickly themselves. Ahmad have made a really good early darting run down the inside left channel, but needed an instant pass to find him. When it didn't come, he had to peel back away. It'd have been offside. And Burmo's on the right flank this time, taking on Branthwaite and losing the battle. So out of play for an Everton throw. Branthwaite, yellow ball in hand, nicking a couple of yards down the touchline, and then a couple more before throwing it forward. Coming together between Yoro and Barry. No sanction. No free kick given. Manchester United bring it forward. And Burmo to Ahmad. Ahmad swept inside the penalty area looking for Mainu, but Everton get it away. Dewsbury Hall down to Barry on the left. And then coming forward to join him was Harrison Armstrong. And United soon run it back with Dallo. Dallo to Mburmo. Real fluidity of movement amongst the forward 3 for Manchester United in their rotation of role and position. It's Maguire. Now to bring it into Everton territory. He's got Luke Shaw to his left. It's Ahmad through the middle at the moment with Cunha on the left and Brian and Burmo on the right.
Yeah, they're a bit fluid, Jim, in that area, don't they? There's a bit of rotation going on. They can swap positions. They've got a freedom to do that if they wish. They're causing Everton a few problems at the moment because of just the way they're just rotating and where they're going to.
It's something we haven't seen much of since Michael Carrick took over at Manchester United, but he's now had some time to work with them on the training ground. He hadn't had that to start with because the games are coming so thick and fast those first 5 of his reign, but he's had 13 days since Manchester United were last in action to implement a few thoughts. We've seen them tonight. Ball out towards the United right for Dallo. It's 0-0. We played 19 minutes. Dallo back from Burmo. Rolled into the feet on the edge of the penalty area. Bruno Fernandes gets a return ball, chops it back, chips it into the edge of the 6-yard box. It's cleared. Right footed shot comes from Shaw. Much rather it had been on his left. It was blocked. And Yoro is then able to mop up as Everton threaten to break quickly. It's got it back for Lomans, who will whack it forward again. Garner's on the end of that, playing it right back for Everton tonight, and heads it down into the centre circle where United easily get it with Yoro. And Casemiro can bring it forward. But it was wonderful play from Bruno Fernandes.
Wonderful ability from Fernandes. How often have we seen it over the years? Showed his true class again. Just didn't get the final pass together, but wonderful skill leading up to it. Little dummy and send people the wrong way, and just unfortunate he didn't pick the final pass.
Armstrong with a header forward, and that was a push. And certainly how referee Darren England saw it as Cherno Barry trying to get round the back of Lenny Yoro, held his ground and made sure that there was a collision between the pair of them. Yoro's gone down holding the back of his head, and the free kick goes United's way on halfway.
Yeah, I think it's the right decision. That's one thing about the big boy up the top, Barry, where he just has to improve on that strength. Although he has knocked Yoro out the road, yeah, but I think it was a foul. But he has to improve in his overall hold-up play. It's been 2-3 times it's bounced into him, it's bounced off him, unfortunately. That time it was a clear foul.
There's Yoro. The Everton fans finding their voice again. Ahmad always giving it away. He played it back towards Casemiro, and he actually presented it straight to Barry. Dewsbury Hall's got it, but there's a little bit of dissatisfaction around us at the fact that Everton didn't work it forward more quickly there. Tarkowski has it, but Everton quickly worked it back into a position where every Manchester United player was goal side. Gay, good turn by Barry, and then driving forward, he's gone shoulder to shoulder with Mainu and won a free kick.
Bit sarcastic from the Everton supporters getting a free kick. That was a clear free kick. There's no question about that in the middle of the pitch there. Good skill from Barry, and I says that's why he probably needs to improve and getting used to playing in England, the physicality of it. But he certainly bought his team a free kick there in a good position.
He's a player that can conjure up some magic moments. We've seen that. He can also frustrate. You would imagine the older he gets, you've got to bear in mind he's only 23 and he hasn't got that many miles on the clock for a 23-year-old.
Yeah, he's another rookie as well, isn't he? He's just learning his trade. What a difficult situation he's found himself. He's walked into a big club like Everton and trying to be Everton's number 9. He's done well of late, of course he has. He's got 4 goals in his last 8 appearances. He will only get better. But the physicality of the Premier League is what he has to come to terms with.
Well, he's now receiving treatment at the moment still, and they've sent Beto out to warm up. Tomorrow night we're back with kick-off. Adrian Durham joined by Charlie Adam and Darren Ambrose. All the goals as they go in from the Champions League and the EFL, including Newcastle against Qarabag, Middlesbrough Leicester, Hull Derby and Watford Ipswich. We've got live action for you tomorrow night as well over on TalkSport 2. Big game in the Championship, Middlesbrough against Leicester, kicking off on Teesside at 7:45. Wednesday night, the Champions League live from Real Madrid against Benfica. A 1-0 first leg advantage for Real Madrid after that horrendous, controversial first game last week. Now that's our live game here on TalkSport, kicking off at 8 on Wednesday, whilst Coventry, the Championship leaders, go to Sheffield United, who are top of the form table over the last 14-15 games. Sheffield United Coventry live on TalkSport 2 Wednesday night at 7:45. Well, Barry's okay. He's changing his shirt, which suggests there's a little bit of blood. He's still being attended to. Off the field at the moment as Everton restart play with a Ghana free kick, which is headed on by Tarkowski at the far post and into the penalty area and then cleared. And it's taken a touch off an Evertonian on its way out. It's a throw that Luke Shaw will take for Manchester United. We're just past the midway stage of the first half and it's still Everton 0, Manchester United 0.
Yeah, it's calmed down a little bit after a frantic start, Jim, hasn't it? It's just idled along for the last 10-15 minutes or so. Both teams looking for a little bit of possession of the ball. I think United have to be a bit quicker with it because Everton are coming after them as we know that we would do. Got to be a bit sharper with the ball and stop giving it away. Like we've just done there.
There was Maguire.
Well, forced into an error, Harry on his left foot.
Yeah, Harry harried into the error, and it's an Evertonian throw midway inside the Manchester United half. Over on the far touchline, which is their right, as they kick from right to left. And the ball turned around the corner by Barry from that throw, straight back out of the right-hand side for Ghana, but Maguire's touch is a better one that time. Got it towards halfway. And just headed down by Tarkowski. Back over the top again, another examination of Maguire's ability. Didn't fail that one either. Headed it neatly into the midfield. Yoro thought about going back for Lomans, decided against it, plays it out to Dallo instead. Chipped out towards the Frenchman, whose first touch meant that he had to slide for his second. It's just toe poking out of play for a throw. Here's Gay, back for Armstrong. Timur Abunam taking over near the edge of the centre circle, but in Manchester United territory. Here's Dewsbury Hall, still a little bit pedestrian when Everton get it, not playing at a great tempo to get it forward, and every time they have a passage of play like this, there's just the odd murmur. Keane, it's a wonderful ball swept out towards the Everton right, and Shaw forced to block the cross that came in from Njai. Oh, he didn't get a touch. I thought that Njai kicked it into Shaw out for a corner, but a goal kick has been given. 0-0.
Yeah, the Evertonians, you can see how anxious they are as well. They want to go forward in every opportunity. Every time an Everton team pass the ball sideways or backwards, there's a rumbling around the ground because obviously they want the team to get forward and get forward quickly.
Yoro with the clearance. Manchester United struggling to get out at the moment, thanks to the Everton presence in the midfield. Who's Irabun that time. Here's Njai riding 3-4 challenges, making his way to the edge of the box. Ran down a blind alley in the form of Casemiro, who could get it away. But got on the ball with his feet and prepared to take the opposition on. Iliman Njai. Then a poor pass from Irabun. Presents it to Shaw. Mainu. And got it forward towards Mateus Cunha. Cunha's inside the centre circle. Challenge comes in on him, he just walked away from it from Ghana. Now Maguire, out to Shaw. Luke Shaw bringing it forward again for Manchester United. 0-0 with 26 gone here on TalkSport. Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro. Brian Burma's got plenty of space on the United right. but has elected to go the other way. Plenty of gesticulating going on between 2 or 3 midfielders, as though something didn't happen they were expecting to. But United have still got it. Everton struggling to win it back. Bruno playing it forward. A little shove in the back of Mainu from Tarkowski once the ball had gone. Shaw goes wide to the left for Ahmad. Ahmad for Maguire. Maguire to the edge of the centre circle in towards Dalot. And Dalot tries to turn to get away from Harrison Armstrong's challenge, but he can't. Armstrong winning it back. Well, the reverse ball tried to release Tierno Barry. United dealt with that, got it forward quickly and swiftly gave possession up again. It's another opportunity for Everton to bring it forward with Armstrong. Now back for Gay to Keane, playing on the left of the 2 centre halves. Here's Garner, 10 yards inside the Manchester United half. Once more just slows down when Everton have got possession. So they're being patient in the extreme to try and draw Manchester United towards them. And Tarkowski happy to turn away and go back for Jordan Pickford. And then Pickford slams it forward, giving Branthwaite something to chase, but didn't quite get the angle or the power. Casemiro was there first, got caught, play goes on. Referee with the advantage. Ahmad with the ball in the midfield. Little layoff from him to Bruno Fernandes to his right. And Fernandes can come forward. No challenge coming in on him from Irabunum, so he goes square to his left for Casemiro. Mainu quickly surrounded by blue shirts. Irabunum and Gay try to win it back. All gets a little bit scrappy. The referee at close quarters, happy that all the challenges coming in were clean. They were certainly frenetic. Bruno Fernandes emerging with it. And he can come to the edge of the penalty area now. Side-footed back to him from Casemiro. Cunha's head went to his hands when the pass didn't find him. Everton bring it away. Very congested in this scratchy midfield battle at the moment. Armstrong down to the Evertonian left. Tierno Barry trying to open it up to work the angle for a shot. Back heel flick didn't quite pick out Gay, who made an intelligent run. Dewsbury Hall saw him, couldn't feed him, and now Manchester United will be able to bring it away.
It's a bit scrappy, Jim, isn't it? Both teams are giving it away in crucial areas. Man U are a little bit slow with it. You could say Everton are the same in possession without the ball. Both teams have been very, very competitive. It's with the ball. Find that extra pass and not give the ball away.
Currently 0-0 between Everton and Manchester United. And for the latest odds, head to Ladbrokes, where right now you can get Everton at 130 to win. The draw 21-10. Manchester United victory 10-11. That's all thanks to Ladbrokes. 18 plus. Gambleaware.org. Now a free kick is given on the edge of the penalty area as Branthwaite pulled Ahmad back once he got past him.
Yeah, the Everton fans aren't happy with the referee at the moment. They looked a little bit soft, but I can understand why he's given it in a really difficult situation. We know Bruno can whip them in from this sort of angle, wide on the right-hand side. His delivery is usually spot on. I'll put the kiss of death on him, I'm sure of that, but usually it's a really, really good ball into a dangerous area.
Well, the free kick is absolutely level with the edge of the box, and it is 2 parts of the way from the right-hand side of the penalty area out to the touchline. So United have 6 in the box. Everton have got all 11 back to defend it, as you would expect, with 1 in a wall. Pickford starting position about 9-10 feet off his line. Fernandes with it, a little bit lower than he wanted. It's cleared out to the edge of the penalty area for Dalot, whose right-footed effort goes wide. Pickford had it covered, threw himself to his left-hand side, and he would have been able to touch it around the post had it been on target.
Yeah, great strike from Dalot. Disappointed Bruno after giving him all that build-up to it, and we would expect him to beat the first man. Didn't, and they've dealt with it quite comfortably, Everton.
Tarkowski getting the ball away for Everton from the right-back position just for a moment. And another aerial battle isn't won cleanly by either player involved, but Iliman Ndiaye, who's judged to have fouled Maguire. So it's a free kick to United near halfway that Luke Shaw is going to take. Got a game in League 2 tonight where MK Dons are leading Walsall by a goal to nil. The Dons unbeaten in 9. Walsall have only won 1 of the last 11. There's also a game in the Women's FA Cup And London City Lionesses trail Spurs by a goal to nil. Tottenham in good form, having won 7-3 at Villa last week. And the Lionesses, who've lost 2 in a row, are trailing there at half-time in the 5th round of the Women's FA Cup. Intriguing game between Liverpool and Everton in the Women's FA Cup 5th round, and St Helens yesterday, which Liverpool won, maybe a little bit fortuitously, by 2-1. As Colin Mainu has it. It's pulled it back for Casemiro. Mainu getting it back again towards the edge of the penalty area. He couldn't quite tiptoe his way through. And Everton can bring it away. Tim Irabunen. Adam Jai making an early run to his right-hand side. Just decided to play the percentages, go back for Ghana. And Tarkowski now can get it full for Irabunen again. He's put under pressure by Mainu. He survived that, and a good touch from Njai. Now Everton can get it forward in this 4 against 4. Dewsbury Hall bringing it forward. 2 men over on the Everton left. One of them is Jared Branthwaite. Left-footed ball in from him, straight into Dallow's midriff. And out for an Everton throw.
Really, really good play from Everton. A little 1-2 in the inside right position. Dewsbury Hall linking up with Njai. First real bit of possession they've had in the last 15-20 minutes, in the last third of the game, in the last third of the half.
And Steve Bruce with us here on TalkSport tonight, and delighted to say it's 0-0 between Everton and Manchester United, and largely chanceless after a real open start, which just saw both sides have an opportunity inside the opening 4 minutes. But since then, now the goalkeeper has had an awful lot to do, really. Armstrong playing it back for Gay. Long crossfield aerial pass from him. Easily read by Shaw, who heads it away from Njai, and out for an Everton throw, which will be taken over on their right-hand side. In terms of the tail of the tape at the moment, the possession 2/3, 1/3 in Man United's favour, and we probably would have predicted it would be something like that. Yes. Everton will be frustrated. I think David will be not happy this side have only created 1 opportunity in 34 minutes at home.
Yeah, looking at the side and the way they're lined up, obviously they've got a couple of big players missing in vital areas at the top end of the pitch, i.e. Grealish. When the game's like this, somebody with that little bit of ability who can go past a man in the final third, they find it a little bit difficult at the moment, Everton. They're doing fantastically well without the ball. I have to say, making it very difficult for a Man U to put any sort of possession together.
Gay, Irabunen. Evertonians in front of us urge him to go forwards. He does that but loses out. Casemiro is then brought down by Irabunen. And a free kick to United on halfway. Now, United, for their part, 5 attempts so far, 2 of those on target, 2 in a very quick succession early in the game. The first saved by Pickford and the second kicked off the line behind him by Tarkowski. But half an hour now since either side last had an attempt on goal. 0-0, 10 to go to half-time. Everton chasing a first top half finish in 5 years, but desperately hoping to improve their home form to help that happen. The table was judged on away form alone. They'd be in the Champions League places. They'd be 5th. But only 6 sides have a worse home record than them. Ball in from Dallow to the edge of the penalty area from Mbeumo. And he's dragged his shot wide of the near post. Pickford didn't have to move a muscle in watching it wide. Still 0-0.
Yeah, you fancied him a little bit when he pulled in onto his left foot, didn't you? Thought he'd go in the opposite corner. Went for the near post. Miskicked it really, didn't he? Miskicked it and it went sadly by the post.
20 goals for him last season at Brentford, 10 so far for United this. But he has scored 8 in his last 13 games. He's been in good form since coming back from AFCON, but not able to take that chance. Everton restricting United for the vast majority of the game just to a succession of half chances, nothing more than that. Branthwaite doing well to attack a long ball forward from Pickford. Headed on, and it's going to force Dallow to play it. Lomans in bright yellow gets it away. Back from Keane, leaning past Brian Mbeumo. And Keane taking on his old club, the club that his brother played for as well at one stage. Now Harry Maguire, Bruno Fernandes. All of a sudden there's space on the United left for Luke Shaw. Low ball in from him. Tarkowski's back there to cover and get it away. Ball thrashed out to the left where Maguire is there for United, but in knocking it on for Shaw, he's got his angles wrong and put it straight out of play for an Everton throw.
Yeah, good play from Harry to start with, to open up, travelled with it 50 yards, found a forward pass, and all of a sudden they were in on the left-hand side. Shaw will be a little bit disappointed again. That final pass again, how often have we seen it? Final pass has not missed the first man.
Maguire. Volleyed on by Casemiro on the turn. Ahmad tried to kill the ball in an instant as it came down. Well, in doing so, he just presented it to Gay. And forward quickly now down the Everton left-hand side. Chance of Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. 3 to Ahmad in the middle. Low cross, easily fielded and knocked away by Dallow. But recycled on the Everton left by Branthwaite. Dewsbury Hall again. Better delivery. Much more air underneath it, but again, cleared. Out now to the right-hand side. Gay going up for it. Sliding challenge comes in. Referee just let it develop for a couple of seconds. There was no advantage, so he's pulled it back and given Everton a free kick. 15 yards outside the penalty area, just left of centre.
Yeah, good referee, and he let it develop and see if it was going to come to anything, and then pulled it back for the foul. It was a clear foul, some 20-30 yards out, is it? Seems too far out. It's where he was shooting from there, but decent position to have Everton in.
Might still be a set piece that will pique Jimmy Garner's interest, though. He's leaning over the yellow ball at the moment. The spray has been put down and it's further out the penalty area than the edge of the D, which gives you an idea of exactly the limit of range. There's only one man in the wall, which is Bruno Fernandes. There's an Everton player standing relatively close. I would suggest too close to him. The game may well peel away. It is going to be Garner, strikes it. Lomans can make a comfortable save. Just took a couple of steps to his right-hand side. A free kick that might have been creeping into the top left-hand corner, might have been going a fraction wide, but it was a very routine stop from the Belgian.
Yeah, you'd expect him to save it. That's one of them new techniques, isn't it? The way Garner's got it, where he tries to wobble it in the air. We've seen it all them years ago from Cristiano Ronaldo, didn't we? Where he sort of hits the top of the ball and it wobbles in the air.
Yep.
Certainly got a good strike on it. Decent save. Yep. Comfortable save.
Knuckleball. Great technique.
Knuckleball, is that what you call it, Jim?
Well, let's call it that. It might not be what the
I love it.
What the pros call it, but
no, I haven't got a clue. It's a strange technique, the sort of side footer with a bit of pace and power and dips and wobbles a bit. It's a great strike. Be interesting to see it. It was a comfortable save for the goalkeeper, wasn't it?
Garner, another former Manchester United man. He played 7 games for the club and they got 15 million quid for him, and it looks like 15 million pounds so well spent by Everton. For that loan spell at Forest where he really made his name. He's another that has started every game this season, so dependable in a variety of positions, predominantly in midfield these days, but he's filled in at full back on both sides under David Moyes and back at right back tonight.
Really great, shrewd signing, isn't it? Wonderful.
Maybe missed his influence a little bit in midfield tonight. It's a question of needs must, as we mentioned earlier with O'Brien's suspension. They've got another free kick here. This one not in a shooting position. It's well out on the right-hand touchline. 5 to go to half-time. And it's 0-0. But it's close enough towards goal for the centre-halves, Keane and Tarkowski. Numbers 5 and 6 both to be in the edge of the D. Keane making a darting near-post run. Space for Tarkowski in behind him, and he attacked it, but United could deal with it, and then Burma should be able to get it away up the Manchester United right. He tried to take on Branthwaite. Might regret that. Everton have got possession back. They've worked it back inside their own half. You're listening to Everton Man United on TalkSport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, they're here for it. 0-0, 4 to go to half-time, and not much to be added on. Dallow heading it forward. Ball brought down on the Evertonian left. Dewsbury Hall losing it. There's the man that scored the winner the last time the two sides met. Everton can bring it away again, though, after United couldn't do anything constructive with it. That has been an enduring feature of the game. Both sides having it for 5 or 6 seconds, trying something that doesn't come off and then losing possession again. Yeah,
there was an opportunity, a real good opportunity. Fernandes was in. Ahmad's missed him with a pass, poorly with the pass, and that's unfortunately happened too often. There hasn't been any real consistency in the possession play. It has when it's been slow, but I mean in the last third where it really matters. Both teams are struggling with it.
United with Dalot, getting it forward, away by Branthwaite at left back tonight. Casemiro's lost out of Dewsbury Hall, who's managed to get it to his right-hand side for Njai, who deliberately let the ball run past him so he could try and take on Luke Shaw. He's got Garner on the overlap, right-footed delivery from him, out for a corner, the first of the night with 3 to go to half-time.
Well, it's always something Everton are going to be good with Tarkowski and Big Keane, so good opportunity just before half-time. Wonderful run by Njai.
Now Keane and Tarkowski come forward together. And Dewsbury Hall's going to take it from the Everton right, so it'll be an in-swinger from him. Harrison Armstrong stands hands on hips on the edge of the 6-yard box. Branthwaite is in there at the far post. He's landed the giants in front of Senna Lomans at the moment. Branthwaite trying to get as close to the goalkeeper as he can. Dallow trying to stop that happening, but they've hemmed Lomans in. In comes the delivery. Lomans got something on it, did well to do so. Branthwaite was making life really difficult for him. United clear. Volley back by Irabunam. Great touch by Dewsbury Hall. Right-footed delivery, blocked out of play for an Everton throw near the corner flag.
What a pass from Bruno.
They'll come forward again towards the edge of the penalty area, and that is not such a good ball. Now Manchester United can break. Casemiro inside the centre circle, rolling it forward, and Burmo chasing. Pickford saw it and gave a shout that we heard from here. Sprinted outside of his penalty area and thrashes it left-footed straight out of play to alleviate the threat.
Yeah, he'd be disappointed. Casemiro was a standard pass and he missed the pass, overhit the pass. Pickford, like he normally does, is playing on the edge of his area, comfortably gets there, but again, that final thing, that final pass, unfortunately Man United haven't found it at the minute. We haven't seen much of their front players in any creation so far, so it can only get better in the second half, or we would hope.
Ahmad will sprint forward and Tarkowski comes across to head that away. You talked about how impressed you've been with the work that Everton have done out of possession, Steve. What about the work that United have done defensively? Because they have struggled at the back for large swathes of this season.
Well, I think the addition of Steve Holland in particular to work with Michael has certainly worked his magic defensively wise. They haven't really looked under any pressure at all, have they, defensively? I think they'll just be a little bit disappointed going forward. The front players have not really had any influence just yet, but certainly defensively they're far, far better than they've been for a long, long time this season.
Dewsbury Hall chasing a lost cause, and as he emerged with possession from the left-hand touchline, the whistle has gone. A foul on Mainu. I'm not sure that even Manchester United were anticipating that decision. It looked as though he caught him in possession on the left-hand touchline. Dewsbury Hall has one of those surprised smiles on his face as he walks away that speaks volumes. It didn't appear to be an awful lot in it.
These Evertonians aren't happy with the referee at all, are they? Every little time it looked a little bit soft to me that he went over, but he's given it to the frustration of the Everton supporters.
And Lenny Yora's got it for Manchester United. About to go into 3 minutes of added time at the end of the first half here at Hill Dickinson. You're live with Talk Sport, and it's 0-0, the last of the games in week 27 of the Premier League campaign. Goalless and pretty much chanceless so far. A few half chances for United, not too many for Everton at the other end.
The game's just littered with these silly fouls, isn't it? Whether it is a foul or it isn't, see the referee let it go a little bit more. Certainly he's pulled up Everton lots and lots of times.
We've had 13 fouls in the game so far. Almost evenly spread. Few more from the Everton players, but that's because Manchester United have had more of the ball. Another United free kick, swept in deep. Goes out towards the right-hand side for Ahmad. They're pushing and shoving going on with Maguire that the supporters didn't like. Right footed shot clears the bar as it came out of the edge of the penalty area. Bruno Fernandes rifling one towards goal. Goal kick was the decision, and Fernandes immediately hairs after the referee, complaining about the lack of a corner because he felt there was a definite deflection from his right foot rising drive, which he thinks took a nick that spooned it over the bar.
The interesting thing is Bruno's absolutely sure it has.
Yeah, chuntering away.
Very canny block here from Maguire. He just gets the block in. It's what the Evertonians are going mad to start with. And it runs to Ahmed out here.
Yeah, it's good defending. Good defending in an attacking context, if you understand what I mean, from Maguire, just stopping Branthwaite, getting out towards Ahmad, who's able to work the ball back in. And there's a throw that will be taken on the Manchester United right, with about a minute to go in the first half stoppage time. 0-0 here on Merseyside at Hill Dickinson, where the rain is largely abated. I think it's
that looked more like a free kick than any of them, didn't it? Barged into the back of them. Both teams have really struggled in the final third. We haven't seen really anybody create a chance apart from the first 2-3 minutes for Man United.
Branthwaite with this canny knack of nicking ground. If he played American football, then it'll be a first down every time, because he's always getting his 10 yards. He's made his way down the left and he's thrown it forward. It's gone out of play for a goal kick that Senna Lomans will take, and by the time he's restarted it and whacked it into the Merseyside night sky, I think it's going to be half time, because he's going to be in no hurry to restart this. 0-0 between Everton and Man United. Lomans with his heart in his mouth in the opening seconds of the game as the ball was laid back to him, and he hit it forward right-footed straight at Tierno Barry. Could have gone anywhere, ricocheted wide. A little bit of luck for Man United, denying Barry what would have been the fastest goal in Premier League history, and then Pickford and Tarkowski denying United at the other end within the opening 4 minutes. And that has largely been it within the first 45 minutes. One of those nights been a static, stagnant battle so far. Most significant moments of the night definitely lying ahead. It will get better. Intriguing so far, which is often a commentator's euphemism for saying not great. 0-0 at half-time. Well, it's fair to say this isn't necessarily the best game I've seen today, but the second half will be better than the first. It's 0-0 between Everton and Manchester United. Everton blue shirts, white shorts. No changes being made by either side ahead of the second half. So Everton lining up Pickford in goal, Garner, Keane, Tarkowski and Branthwaite, Irabunam and Gay, and Jai, Dewsbury, Hall and Armstrong, with Barry up front. Lomans in goal for Manchester United. Dalot, Yoro, Maguire and Shaw, Casemiro and Mainu, Ahmad, Bruno Fernandes and Cunha, and Mbeumo's been playing through the middle predominantly. The benches as we get underway for the second half: Patterson, McNeil and Beto, Mikolenko, George, Dibbling, Coleman, Röhl and King. And for Manchester United: Mazraoui, Zirkzee, Malacia Ugarte, Heaven Sheshko, Tyler Fletcher, Morehouse and Altai. And here's Njai for Everton. Start of the second half. Keenan Dewsbury Hall works his square, and Lomans can make the save from Armstrong, who opened up his body and hit it first time right-footed towards the bottom right-hand corner. Lomans got down, gathered it in. Bright start of the second half, though, from Everton, Steve Bruce.
Well, the best opportunity Everton have had. A little bit of magic from down the right-hand side, and good opportunity, good save from Levens, but good start to the second half. Can only get better, can't it, Jim?
It will do. You can understand the way that both sides have laid a platform. It was similar in many ways in the West Ham Manchester United game, the last one that United played 13 days ago. It'll open up in the second half there, and I'm sure it will here, with Lomans getting it away towards halfway. Now Garner beating Cunha in the air, and then it's volleyed by James Tarkowski, who made an excellent goal line clearance early in the game. Yoro back for Maguire, and he's hit it forward right-footed. Tarkowski and Keane both dropping back, and it was Michael Keane that got that away from Brian Mbeumo. And then one back on the Everton right by Liman and Jai, and he'll continue his run forward. Passes the ball to his left-hand side for Barry. Gay stumbles as he receives it, and still find Armstrong. Dewsbury Hall and Branthwaite both forward in support. Let's work back for Gay. Here is Keenan Dewsbury Hall. Out on the Everton left, no cross coming in. It will now, but Shaw is there to head it away, and there were only two waiting in and around the edge of the 6-yard box with plenty of red shirts back. Garner, Irabunam, and he'll hit a left-footed shot that cannons straight into Casemiro. Man United get it away, still 0-0, the start of the second half here on TalkSport, with Armstrong getting it wide for Branthwaite, and Everton more proactive in this second period. Dewsbury Hall back out of the left again. Once more they will look up as they prepare to deliver across. To see only two in the penalty area. Armstrong here, back to Barry. Barry trying to turn, Can't do so, and Luke Shaw knocks it away for Manchester United.
Yeah, really, really bright start from Everton. Something we haven't seen in the entire first half. Got good possession in the last third. All of a sudden, look a little bit of a threat. Come out very, very lively.
Go for Timur Abunan, and now chip down to the right for Ghana. Ghana taking it on. Low ball in from him. Iliman Njai attacking the edge of the 6-yard box, but the ball didn't get that far, and then Ghana has just made contact with Shaw. We made sure the officials realised that contact had been made. And the free kick goes Manchester United's way. 48 gone, 0-0.
Yeah, one of them cheap free kicks again. He's really bought the free kick. Luke Shaw, he's waited for him. Not really a lot of contact. If we look at it again now, very, very little. Right in front of the linesman. There's always going to be a foul.
So free kick, the Lomans will come across to take. Everton only 2 defeats in their 9 games since Christmas, but they were both here, home losses to Brentford and Bournemouth that mean they've come into this without a home win in 5 games. And just 3 points taken from a possible 15 here at Hill Dickinson over that period. Casemiro volleys it towards the edge of the penalty area. And Burma quicker than Tarkowski, chasing after it. The Everton centre-half had a head start, stumbles as he clears. Bruno Fernandes picks it up, but Garner's there for Everton, and then Tarkowski back on his feet can clear towards halfway, where Maguire leans into Barry to clear. Everton win the seconds, now bring it forward Dewsbury Hall. He's attacking with more intent in this second half, and he looked for the run of Njai, but Seifert it past him, and too heavy the pass, and it goes through for Senna Lomans again. No.
Yeah, just missed the pass. Wonderful break from Everton. Dewsbury Hall's sprinting through, just missed that final pass over, hit it. Comfortable for the goalkeeper.
And the Women's FA Cup 5th round, London City Lionesses have come from behind. They lead Spurs now by 2-0 and 2 goals in a minute. Only one from Van der Donk moments after she'd come off the bench. It's about 15 minutes to go in that game in Bromley tonight. It's still in League 2, Walsall 0, MK Dons 1. And this one is still 0-0, 5 minutes into the second half. It's Manchester United on the front foot here. The sliding Branthwaite can get it away. Kobbie Mainoo winning it back. Mainoo, good ball in, and Burma was there and then fires it over the bar. Well, the first cross came in. It hit Tarkowski. It was a double ricochet off him. That made the angle tight, but not prohibitive for Burma. And he let it drift over his shoulder and then thrashed it left-footed, but over the bar from that tight angle for a goal kick.
One of them difficult ones for the centre-half, really. He's facing his own goal. It's fizzed in front of you on your wrong foot, and he's just tried to get something, miskicked it a little bit, and then Buemo's blazed it over the bar.
Coming into this week's games, Manchester United have taken more points in 2026 than anybody else. They've currently got the longest unbeaten run in the division at 9, which is their best since they went 14 without defeat back in 2021. Not been at their fluent best so far this evening by any stretch of the imagination, but it's still 0-0. You can make a case to an extent for all 3 of the potential results happening from here. And Everton will be hoping that they can make a set piece count. Casemiro, good early ball forward down the right-hand side. Strong running from Diogo Dalot. If he can turn, he'll be able to get it back for Ahmad, and he has. Brian Mbeumo's in support for him. Casemiro coming onto it. Let's fly from distance. Didn't get hold of it at all. It almost worked as a pass for Bruno Fernandes, but Everton clear. And it's very swiftly away to our right at the feet of Lomans, who siphons it out for Lenny Yoro again.
Great first-time pass from Casemiro, arguably the pass of the match. 60 yards in behind the defenders, first time round the corner. Just a little opening for Man U, didn't quite break for Ahmad. Great pass from Casemiro.
And he's got it again. Down towards Luke Shaw on the Manchester United left. Fall from him to Cunha. Cunha battling, losing out to Ghana, but he was fouled. Well, we talked about the constant movement, the Manchester United front 3. Who do you think, of the 3, who do you think is the most effective lead in the line through the middle?
I think when you look at it, I think Mbeumo's probably the most natural at it, the way he's lined up at the moment. I think Cunha's always better in the middle of the pitch. He's asked to play at the left-hand side at the moment.
Well, they've got defending to do here as Dewsbury Hall brings it again forward for Everton. Took a touch to get inside Casemiro, who was able to hold him up, and Mainu stuck a foot in to win it back. Now Bruno Fernandes, 0-0, little bit more open at the start of this second half. I told you it would get better, it is. 53 on the clock, but still goalless with Mainu emerging from past the centre circle. The bald-headed Mbeumo, won back though easily by Armstrong on the Everton left and cleared through the middle by Pickford. Barry can't get it to stick. Probably Mainu's won it back. And now Luke Shaw has it for Manchester United. And it goes back to Maguire. Mainu taking it on the turn. That's easy possession for him. Back out of the centre circle again to his right-hand side for Casemiro. Here comes Dalot towards the edge of the box. Bruno Fernandes making a darting run. Pulled the ball back, but Gay was there ahead of Brian Mbeumo. Gay taking a couple of touches. He needed them inside his own penalty area. Abunan to Branthwaite and eventually cleared towards halfway where Maguire had a hand on Barry. Nothing was given. Manchester United win it back. Mainu, Casemiro chipping it over the top. Dalot making the run. He's pulled it back towards the edge of the 6-yard box, but Armstrong there to defend. Clears from Ahmad. All of a sudden, it's United beginning to turn the screw. 0-0, but they're coming forward again from right to left. Mainu, 15 outside the penalty area. Nudges it to his right. Casemiro gets it in, and it's headed wide by Mbeumo, with Garner having stumbled in behind him. He perhaps had more time than he thought, and there's an inquest. The Everton players wanting an offside flag, which didn't come. Then there are two balls on the pitch, which will delay the restart, and eventually Pickford's going to be able to take the goal kick. 9 gone second half at 0-0.
Well, we've already seen more in that first 9 minutes of the second half than we did in the entire first half. Great start by Everton in the first 3-4 minutes. All of a sudden, Man U have just asked the question, got in behind, particularly down that right-hand side. Dalot, when he got there, that final pass, just couldn't find the final pass again.
Now mistake at the back by Dalot. Armstrong getting onto it, and Dewsbury Hall's left-footed cross sails away and into the fans away behind Senna Lomond's goal. Out for a goal kick. You listen to Everton Man United on TalkSport with Sky Sports. And don't forget that with Now you can stream all the Sky Sports action flexibly, like Everton Man United live right now. Search Now Sports. 55 gone. Brian Mbeumo trying to bring down a long ball forward from Lomans. And Pickford hoping that it would get there on the edge of the penalty area. And Mbeumo chased after it. Tarkowski seemed just to stand his ground, and then Mbeumo all of a sudden is lying face down on the turf.
Yeah, you don't see him very often do things like that, as he didn't see Tarkowski do anything. But obviously he's went to the ground. He seems okay because he's arguing, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Man United change something with Sesko, the form he's in. And Mbeumo's looking at it. Yeah, how often was he's just stepped in his way and obstructed him a little bit.
Just put the brakes on Tarkowski and leant back at the moment that Brian Mbeumo was about to invade his personal space. VAR is Paul Howard tonight, and clearly everything will be checked when you have a moment like that, but checked and clear, and Mbeumo's got a big grin on his face. And
yeah, he knew what was coming. He's just unfortunately ran into big Tarkowski. Not a very, very good idea, you have to say. Oh, wonderful touch from Casemiro.
And that will get Manchester United on the front foot again. You talked about Benjamin Šeško. He's going to be introduced very shortly. Ahmad chasing down the Man United right, and can't win the corner, which would be the first for United in the game. He was battling hard with Dewsbury Hall. Just stood his ground and defended the space well. And that's Ahmad's last contribution. He's going to come off, and Šeško will come on to replace him, Steve.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that they're going to make a change. You know, to have that focal point of Sesko, and we know he's had the best time since he's been at the club in the last month with the goals that he's got. He's going to offer a different option to Man U. I wouldn't be surprised to see Mbeumo to the right, Cunha to the left, Bruno Fernandes as a 10, and Big Sesko through the middle, and that's the way that looks as if they're going to line up over the last half an hour or so.
Well, he's got 5 goals in his last 6 games, a couple of big ones late. A 90+4 winner against Fulham, a 90+6 equaliser last time out at West Ham. And he's been given a slightly longer role tonight. 32 minutes to make an impression as he replaces Ahmad. Here's Harry Maguire, looping a ball forward over halfway for the blue-booted Sesko to chase, but he was beaten to it. And now Harrison Armstrong has it for Everton. Play by him out to Keenan Dewsbury Hall, near the corner of the penalty area. He's checked and turned and almost done a full 360 before laying it back for Gay. Gay falls over as he plays the pass, but no harm done. And Burma tried to sprint after it, but it's gone out of play for a throw that'll be taken by Everton. That throw taken back towards halfway. Michael Keane. Tarkowski always showing for the pass to his right hand side. Tarkowski down to Iliman Ndiaye. Ndiaye, who's scored 5 goals this season, including the first ever here at Hill Dickinson. Dalot chests it down and then turns and plays it back to his left hand side for Manchester United to be able to bring it forward here with Lenny Yoro. He's gone back for Maguire. And the last few minutes after an open or more open start of the second half have gone back really to what we saw in the first 45 minutes. It's kind of reverted into its shell again, the game, just for the time being. Throw to Manchester United with almost an hour played, Steve Bruce, at 0-0.
Yeah, it's been bright the first 10-15 minutes. I have to say the work rate of Dewsbury Hall to go and put people under pressure and get after the ball is exemplary. Big part in the game, the final half an hour. Who can create that chance to score a goal? That bit of quality in the last third.
Yaro back for his goalkeeper. Lawrence gets it clear. Forward towards halfway. Sesko leaning back, getting the better of Keane. A little bit of frustration on the Everton bench, but free kick wasn't given the way of their man against Benjamin Sesko there. Fernandes. Shaw coming forward and arriving. Shaw in his bright yellow boots into the feet of Kobbie Mainoo. Then to Fernandes. And then flicked over the top by Casemiro. It's a little bit of painting by numbers, really. It was easy for Everton to deal with it and get it away, although the long ball forward from Ghana just sails through to the penalty area at the other end of the field. Well, that'll be picked up by Lomans, who side puts it out towards Lenny Yoro. It's still Manchester United who are having the majority of the attacking play. 10 shots to 4 in their favour, although each side has only had 2 on target through the hour that we played here on TalkSport so far. Here's Maguire. 4 from him to Yoro. Cunha lurking with a little bit of intent, trying to play on the shoulder of Tarkowski. Ghana is coming back to double up on him. Manchester United can't get the ball into him yet anyway. Casemiro goes square to his left. Shaw has it 10 yards outside the Everton penalty area. Now Fernandes for Mainoo. To Casemiro. Back for Mainoo. Had to stretch to bring it under control. It wasn't a brilliant ball from the Brazilian. It's a better pass that finds him this time. Now Shaw has it. Play concentrated in Evertonian territory for the time being. Cunha coming in off that left-hand side, drawing Ghana with him, playing it into the feet of Mbeumo, who've made a run from out to in, but the ball past him and Keane and goes through for Pickford.
Yeah, poor pass from Cunha. How often have we said it now? I feel as if I'm repeating myself again to the last third and just missed the pass. Poor pass from Cunha with his ability. Didn't give Mbeumo any chance with it. Made a run from in to out. Missed the pass.
Here's Fernandes. Manchester United bring it forward again. Fernandes checking back inside past Irabunim's challenge, and in doing so presented the ball to Keenan Dewsbury Hall. Irabunim getting it forward. One back though by Sesko. Retreating and picking up possession and linking up with Mbeumo. It's got Dalot to his right. Burma getting near the edge of the penalty area. And Everton could bring it forward again. Long ball over the top. Barry chasing. And he's there on the right-hand side of the box. Back from him to Ndiaye. Ndiaye coming inside the penalty area. Still he's got it. Trying to set up Idrissa Gana Gueye. His right-footed shot, though, cannons away off Luke Shaw, and out for an Everton throw. 17 gone, second half at 0-0.
Yeah, and it's all of a sudden wide open, and Bomo's been pushed off the ball very, very easily. All of a sudden, Everton have broke 3 against 3, just couldn't really create anything going forward again. But the game's now, we've seen more in the last 15 minutes than we had in the entire first half. Just bursting into life a bit. What a pass from Pickford with his right foot there. He's picked another 50-60 yard pass.
Yeah, it's Branthwaite on the left flank. He brought it down brilliantly. Now Rebunen to Kieran Dewsbury Hall. Good little reverse ball again for Dewsbury Hall. Chipped inside the penalty area. Shaw heads it away at the far post. It comes back for Garner. Garner's ball in. Bounces a long way through the penalty area. Armstrong couldn't get away from Mbermo. Back for Branthwaite. Dewsbury Hall, Vara deflection that spun it wide and out for a corner on the Everton right. And the noise ratchets up 4 or 5 levels as Everton try and get themselves ahead in this game. They have scored in each of their last 8 matches since a 0-0 draw at Burnley. Will this set piece present the opportunity for them?
I think this is their best chance of scoring a goal, a set piece. Their best passage of play, you'd have to say, in the entire game over the last couple of minutes or so, resulting in a corner. Their big threat, Tarkowski and Keane in particular, big centre forward. Man, you have to deal with it.
Seven in blue inside the penalty area. One of them has gone down face first near the near post, but before the ball was in play. It was Branthwaite, so he's getting back to his feet now. There'll be a reset. The referee having a word with those who were pushing and shoving Dallow, the Manchester United player, involved. Branthwaite again is in there as chief disruptor. He's doing everything he can to stand in front of Lommans and deny him the opportunity to come out and punch this clear. It's going to be an in-swinging delivery right down the throat of the goalkeeper, you would imagine. Dewsbury Hall, plenty of action on it, punch clear. Comes outside the area for a right-footed effort that was beautifully hit by Gay but blocked. Now Rebunen, back for Gay again. And Everton will be able to break forward up the left-hand side. 20 gone second half here on TalkSport at 0-0.
Fair play to Lemons there. That's 3 corners now. I think he's come out and got a hand on them. Punched a good punch clear. Good strike from Guy, but ricocheted past him. Now Man United on the break.
Able to bring it forward with pace through the middle. Good strong running with Sesko to the left-hand side of Cunha, and he waited and waited, delayed playing the pass. And the move very quickly broke down. Everton get it forward again. Now Armstrong. As we approach the midway stage of the second half, it is becoming a little bit more stretched. William Njai in possession. Worked it back inside his own half for Branthwaite. Branthwaite to Keane. And Keane's 15 yards inside his own half as he goes square to Tarkowski. Now down towards Garner. Garner for Dewsbury Hall. Just got caught from behind there by Casemiro's challenge. And a little bit of dialogue between the pair of them. And Tarkowski comes and joins in on that. And pushes Casemiro away. It's a clear free kick to Everton. They'll take about 3 yards inside Manchester United territory. 0-0 the score. So Garner just adjusts the placing of the ball. I think it's going to be too long before we see an Everton change with Tyreek George getting ready. In comes this free kick now from Garner. Deep inside the penalty area, headed on, caught by Lommans, and it remains 0-0. I mentioned that Everton have scored in their last 8 games. United have scored in their last 14. Last team to stop them scoring was Everton in the 1-0 victory at Old Trafford, where they played the majority of the game with 10 men and still won. They're looking to do the double over Manchester United for the first time since the 13-14 season. It has long felt like a game where first goal might win it.
I think you could be right. I have to say Garner in the right back position. I know he's not his position and he's playing out of there. He's had a wonderful game, really. I mean, he's really determined. Done fantastically well playing out of position. Understand why now David Moyes has gone from in that position. He's rock solid, aggressive in his work, gets forward when he can. Been terrific so far.
So George is getting his final instructions. He's going to be coming on very shortly for Everton. But it may be Armstrong who will make way. It was George that started the last game and Armstrong didn't. So it could easily be that the roles, having been reversed today, we'll just see George come on for young Harrison Armstrong on the left. They've got another corner here, which is their second in quick succession, their third of the night. And there's some pushing and shoving going on the edge of the penalty area. They've got the ball out of play, but the referee is going to call the protagonists over just to try and calm things down. It was Armstrong and Bruno Fernandes. Dewsbury Hall, the conciliatory arm around the shoulder of Bruno Fernandes, and I don't think that went down particularly well either. Big applause for Garner as he comes to pick up the yellow ball from the top of a blue cone down in front of the hoardings, preparing to take this corner with just over 20 minutes to go.
Interesting from this side, Jim. They're not piling on top of the goalkeeper. Maybe they've got something else up their sleeve rather than underneath the top of the goalkeeper. Tarkowski coming from the penalty spot this time. I wonder. Looking for the block.
They swung him much deeper. Tarkowski round the back, did get his head to it, headed it high up in the air, then he volleys it back in and Lomans could catch it.
Well done, goalkeeper. Tarkowski. Right hand side volley.
Yeah, it was well worked because instead of having 14 or 15 players inside the 6-yard box, there were only 6 or 7 there.
Yeah.
Created a space for Tarkowski to peel away at the far post, and he improvised really well. And as United get it forward, Gay can send a header back for Jordan Pickford. And forward it comes now for Harrison Armstrong on the Everton right. A square from him to Idrissa Gana Gay in the heart of the midfield. Forward from Keane. Out to the Everton left. Williman Njai. Bruno Fernandes is there with him. Jason back inside and beaten him. Rides the challenge from Burmo. Knocks it square. Garner coming onto it. Great block coming in from Cunha. But it's been a really good 5 minutes from Everton.
Well, certainly Everton responded to Man U, and Garner getting forward on the right. And Njai with some wonderful skill held it off. Didn't go to ground like everybody thought he would do. Try and buy the free kick. Great pass out. Great block by Cunha.
Throw that is taken short. Garner. Yarning from the right-hand touchline. And Njai hits it round the corner. Just a Garner Gay's delivery headed away by Maguire. Now Cunha under pressure from Garner has been able to get a long ball forward. Brian and Burma will chase after it. He's only got Michael Keane and the keeper between him and goal. He's rolling square and Šeško puts it into the bottom right-hand corner. Manchester United lead by a goal to nil with 20 minutes to go. It is a classic counter-attack. Wonderful ball over the top. And Burma with the wherewithal to hold it up, wait for Šeško to find the space, and he's driven it into the bottom right-hand corner for his 5th goal in 6 to give Manchester United the lead.
Wonderful, classical counter-attacking goal. Just when we said Everton are doing their utmost to create a chance at the far end, all of a sudden it breaks. Cunha finds a wonderful pass to Mbeumo, and Mbeumo with his pace, and then now the crucial part, that final pass. The final pass for he didn't have to break stride. Šeško smashed it in the bottom left-hand corner of the net. Great finish, great counter-attack. Left themselves a bit exposed. Wonderful pass from Cunha, wonderful pass from Mbeumo. Great finish.
And in the wake of that concession, Everton will make the change. George coming on for Armstrong. And now Everton are chasing the game. Manchester United haven't lost the game all season when they've scored first. Won 10 and drawn 6. And Everton not brilliant at chasing. They have come from behind to beat Palace here and also win at Craven Cottage. but they have work to do. Is it going to be a 6th successive game without a home win for Everton? Is it only going to be 2 points in the last 6 home matches at the end of the night? Manchester United within 3 points of the top 3 as things stand right now after that Benjamin Sesko goal. 1-0 to Manchester United. And for the latest odds, head to Ladbrokes right now. You can get Everton to win at 20-1. The draw 17-4. Manchester United win 5-1 on. And that's all thanks to Ladbrokes. 18+, gambleaware.org. Everton looking for an immediate response. Win another corner after Lenny Yoro was put under pressure by Dewsbury Hall. Electing to turn the ball away. Did so through his penalty area. And Everton, having won the corner, will send Garner out to take it.
Yeah, he's unfortunately took a touch in his own area, put him under pressure with his left foot, and he's sort of tried to clear it, and it's hit Dallow, I believe, and gone for the corner. As I said, Everton's best opportunity, I believe, is the free kick corner. Another opportunity for them.
Another congested 6-yard box in towards the near post, well claimed by Lomans. Just not quite enough pace on Garner's delivery that time, so Lomans could come out in the near post and catch it, and has bundled into one of his teammates in front of him as he did so.
He takes that responsibility very well, Jim, doesn't he? Comes out. There's nothing better when you're a defender. They've tried to box him in, takes no notice of it, finds himself a bit of room, come and catches it. But you know, we're talking about 70 minutes gone, 72 minutes gone. It's just sheer quality that's got Man U in the game. Cunha picks it out of nothing, finds a wonderful 45-yard pass. The pass from now Mbeumo into the feet of Sesko for the finish. Just that quality of what wins a football match.
In the Women's FA Cup, it has finished 2-2 between London City Lionesses and Spurs, with Beth England scoring an equaliser, a 7th goal of the season, a 6 minute of stoppage time. It's gone in to extra time, that one. Still Walsall 0, MK Dons 1 with 17 minutes to go in the game at the top of League 2. This one 15 minutes to go. It's 1-0 to Manchester United. And Gino Barry was irate at the amount of time it was taking Senna Lomans to restart play with a free kick. And after Casemiro had just got himself sorted out after a bang that he got in the back of the head from his own goalkeeper after he defended that corner. So 1-0 to United with 15 to go. Everton bringing it forward with a recently arrived George, taking on Dallow, getting it inside the 6-yard box where Lenny Yoro, retreating, is forced to whack it away and out for another corner. That's 5 without reply now for Everton, but can they make one count?
Good play from George. First time we've seen anybody in a wide area go past anybody. Tries to create, goes on the outside, which is great to watch. Kid's got talent and a bit of pace and a bit of power. Caused United a threat in the first 2-3 minutes he's been on the pitch.
It's only the 9th Premier League game of his career tonight, most of those for his parent club Chelsea. Here comes this latest corner. Lomans punching it away, got good distance on it and was helped by Mbeumo being able to steer it further clear from the edge of his own box, but it will go out for a throw that Everton will take quickly on their right with Gay, and it's the referee's verdict here. Well, the referee stopped them taking the throw quickly so that a substitution can be made, and I don't think they're ready for it. Pickford, arguing about that, has now got a yellow card for dissent.
Well, it seems strange, doesn't it? I mean, I can understand the frustration of the Everton supporters. It looked as if they've called for the referee and nobody was stripped. However, Mbeumo's gone down now.
And he's going to be the player that's coming off, with Mazraoui coming on to replace him. So Mbeumo
excuse the language for anybody hearing, but I think the Everton support are feeling that to the referee. I don't think he's enamored them very, very much this evening, has he? He's given some strange decisions, very, very trivial ones at that.
James Tarkowski has been in the ear of the fourth official Adam Herczeg for the last 30 seconds or so. They're talking about the whys and wherefores of those particular decisions. So it is now going to be a throw. Manchester United have brought Mazraoui on to replace Mbeumo, which has just necessitated a bit of a shuffle around. Much more in a moment with Tarkowski. Laying the ball back now for Pickford. First player booked tonight. And his second yellow card of the season. Ball played forward, headed on then by Branthwaite. They're claiming a corner. What's the verdict? Corner has been given. I wonder whether it was going to be a goal kick for a moment, but a corner has been given, which is Everton's 5th in this second half.
Good response from Everton from the goal. They've put a bit of pressure on. They've gone long into the diagonal, into the right back area. Boy George made a bit of an impact. Again, this corner, and Lemons is who's done so well in dealing with them. All of a sudden everybody's piled on top of him again.
In comes this latest corner, number 6, heads going up for it, ricochets off George, and then Mazraoui clears it into an Evertonian. It goes high up in the air, back outside the penalty area on the right hand side, and Gay's done well. He's won another corner, this one off Shesko, and it'll be taken on the right flank. So the 6th in relatively quick succession for Everton. And Dewsbury Hall will spot it down. They're winning plenty of them. They won't take this latest one until they've made a change. Irabunum off, and on comes Beto. So an attack-minded change. They're going to go up with 2 up top by the look of it.
Yeah, 2 strikers. Very, very rare these days with a wide player too. But with 12 minutes to go, they've got to take a chance, haven't they? Try and see if they can create something. Their biggest chance for me is still a corner kick.
They scored 4 goals this season, Beto, and 3 of them have come as a substitute. In comes this latest corner then. It's flipped on at the near post. Gay snatches at a right-footed volley from 16 yards out and puts it wide.
I have to say Man United have absolutely dealt with the corners fantastically well. This time it was Manu who I believe got in the top of everybody. Of all the people that had it clear in your box, Manu's been the one to win the first challenge. Fantastic to watch.
10 minutes to go, 1-0 to Manchester United. If it stays this way, Everton will be 9th at the end of the night and United will be 4th. Tomorrow, kick-off with Adrian Durham, Charlie Adam and Darren Ambrose watching games with him around the country. All the goals as they're going from the Champions League and the EFL, including Newcastle against Qarabag and Middlesbrough against Leicester, which is our live game exclusive on TalkSport 2 tomorrow night, kicking off at 7:45. Wednesday, Sheffield United against Coventry from the Championship, and Real Madrid Benfica on TalkSport from the Champions League. Thursday night, Celtic in Europe, so they go to Stuttgart. Palace still with work to do against the Bosnian side, Zrinski, on TalkSport 2 from 8 as Everton bring it forward here. Dallow getting it out to the Manchester United right, but not the best clearance. And United, since the goal, haven't had a meaningful touch of the ball in Everton's half of the field. Here's Garner, 9 minutes left. Of course, as soon as this game finishes, your chance to react on the Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy taking your calls as ever. 03717 223344, and we'll have reaction from downstairs in the dressing room area here at Hill Dickinson as well. Shesko losing out, won back by Everton. Just take a solitary touch of the ball inside their own half before getting it forward again. Dewsbury Hall out towards George, who, as Steve's been saying, has been lively since coming on. He's gone square into the right-hand side for Idrissa Gana Gay. Back from Keane to him. Keane has it again. Played up the Everton left. Ball for George. Didn't find his man, but Dewsbury Hall gets there. And he's got space and the time to turn. Ball in from the left-hand side from Branthwaite. Maguire going up for it. Just got the top of his head to it to get it away. 2 Everton players almost fell over each other inside the 6-yard box. But the next phase of play, Everton can bring it forward again with Gay. Just helped to the ground outside the box. Play goes on. Another chance for Garner to deliver. Cross that's taken the deflection. Died pretty quickly on Maguire. He swept it clear on the half volley. Everton looking for an equaliser here with 8 minutes to go. Tarkowski to Michael Keane, and Lomans comes across and needs to throw a hand up to help it on its way over the bar.
Good save from Lomans and big strike from Keane. What a strike, what a good save, what a passage of play. Great defensive header from Big Harry in the last cross that good came in. He dealt with it fantastically well. Great strike from Michael Keane. Well done, the goalkeeper, who you have to say so far has been immaculate.
Threw a right hand up and was able to tip it over the bar. You're listening to Everton Man United on Talk Sport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk. Tarkowski has just pushed Yoro into Lomans. Yoro ended up in the back of the net, and the referee again is just desperately trying to calm things down. There's so much jockeying for position going on. Tarkowski's got a big broad grin on his face.
It's a brawl in there at the moment. Everybody's pulling and tugging each other, and I mean, it's incredible. They're piling on the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper so far has dealt with it fantastically well. Tarkowski, I think, has received a yellow card for pushing over Yoro.
Well, I think
gone back into that similar situation, haven't they?
Did Maguire get one as well for his part in all of that?
It's like a scrum.
In comes this corner. Just needs a touch. It got one. It's hit a shoulder and gone over the bar, out for another corner. Hard to see exactly who that hit. Darren England was convinced, gives the corner Everton's way. I think they're up into double figures in the corner count now. Beto making life difficult. And again, despite the fact that yellow cards have been issued to try and stop all of this, players from both sides have gone down in the way that they're trying to attack this corner. And so United players down there lying on his back at the moment, and again the referee's going to call players over and desperately try and calm this.
It seems amazing that everybody now, it seems to be a trait that everybody tries to block the goalkeeper in. Everybody inside the 6-yard box looking for a slight deflection. I have to say the goalkeeper, as we said, has been immaculate with it. The melee, what goes on in front of people, centre-halves falling over.
Well, that last one, there was a push from a United player into Tarkowski, into Maguire. In comes the corner.
Lemons again gets something on it. Fair play to him.
And it doesn't look as though Harry Maguire was booked incidentally. It was just Tarkowski. Pickford will drive this latest ball forward. Maguire going up for that has been able to nod it away. No, Maguire was booked, let's believe. Thank you. And so both players booked. 5 to go. Lomans has got the ball in his hands for Manchester United.
You have to see in the last 5 minutes we've seen the best of Harry Maguire, haven't we? Them defensive headers, they're asking the questions, piling it forward. 2 big centre forwards, keeps dominating the area. Terrific from him.
Fifth winning 6 games under Michael Carrick, getting ever closer for Manchester United. Casemiro, Mainu. Casemiro trying to get the ball forward. It's an excellent run down the right hand side from Dalot, and Everton will be able to bring it away, and they'll get it forward down to Iliman Ndiaye. Ndiaye shuffling forward, then an injection of tempo as he tries to take on and beat Shaw. Got the ball in, but he couldn't find either of the strikers waiting for it. Lomans catches it again, and by the time he's got it upfield, we'll be in the 87th minute. 1-0 to Manchester United. It's really skied his clearance. It doesn't even reach the edge of the centre circle before it's then headed back by Branthwaite. Comes off the side of his head and is brought down by Cunha on the Manchester United left, who was hoping to win a throw. He hasn't been able to. There's good defending by Garner. But Cunha arguing about the decision, which was clearly correct. And it's another Everton throw, 10 yards further upfield. Taken by Garner again. Garner for Ndiaye. He's flicked it back and into Cunha. And out for another Everton throw. United happy just to be able to keep the ball out of harm's way and stop it being on the corner quadrant, where it's spent a lot of time in this second half. Tarkowski back to his left. United hoping for a clean sheet. It would only be their 5th of the season, and only the bottom 3 have kept fewer than they. Dewsbury Hall. A little 1-2 didn't come off, and Yoro can get it forward. Now Bruno Fernandes for Kobbie Mainu. And Mainu's running towards the edge of the penalty area, and then flicking the ball away from Tyreek George. Has just passed it through, toe-punted it through to Jordan Pickford, who bowls it out quickly to get Everton on the front foot once more. 3 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Could be a fair bit to be added in this second half. Garner's got it. One of the former Man United contingent in this Everton squad. Working it to his right for Iliman Ndiaye. Jai pulling it back to Gay. To Njai again. 5 yards in for the right. Back for Ghana. Ghana to Keane. Keane's 20 yards outside the box. He plays it now towards Tyreek George. George coming forward. Dewsbury Hall back to him. Every Manchester United player is back behind the ball. Ghana's 20 yards outside the box. United doing what they can to condense play here. They've got another corner, Everton, as Barry gets it down the right, fires in across, hits Luke Shaw, deflected behind, and corner number 11. Will this be the one for Everton?
It's been a great response from Everton. I have to say, since Man U've scored, I don't think they've put 2-3 passes together. Intense Everton pressure, resulting in another corner.
A corner which will be taken on the Everton right this time. The usual suspects forward. Behaving not dissimilar to that we've seen on a consistent basis over the last 25 minutes. Hitting deeper this time to United head, then steered away from the edge of the penalty area before it's well won back. Cunha denied. Dewsbury Hall with a little reverse ball, and Jai can't get the crossing, but he can pull it back. Gay can deliver towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Headsguard Branthwaite trying to flick it on, and it's once more cleared by United. It was Šeško down towards the left-hand touchline where Cunha is doing what he can to hold it up, and was said to have been brought down. It's a free kick which will be taken on the Manchester United left.
We've seen again Harry Maguire, as soon as it's piled, just what you need from your centre-back. That dominance to go and get the ball with just when it matters. I think the last 3-4 crosses, he's dealt with them all with a big threat of the two centre-halves and the two centre-forwards. Harry again has stood up strong and headed everything.
Crowd of a shed of 52,000 here at Hill Dickinson. That's the travelling Manchester United contingent, who are far and away the happier, certainly with the scoreline, but Everton have given it a really good go to try and get back into the game. Maguire taking a free kick, punted forward towards the edge of the Everton box, cleared by Keane, out for Dallow. Dallow's past Michael Keane, and Man United in the 90th minute have their first corner of the night. They'll go across to take it on the right flank. Bruno Fernandes, as you would expect him to at this late stage of the game, is decidedly languid in his movement out towards that corner flag. 5 minutes of added time prescribed. Fernandes picks up the ball and then he takes the acclaim of the United fans around that corner flag over on that far side. They've got the option to work it short to Dallow. 100 to 1 on that it goes short. It does. And then Njai concedes another throw, and that will help United run a few more seconds off the clock.
Yeah, I never thought they were going to put that into the penalty area. Play it short, 4 or 5 minutes to go. Just kick the ball down in that area now will be what they'll be concentrating on. Take a little bit of pressure off them.
Bruno Fernandes back out towards Kobbie Mainoo.
All about running down the clock now, Jim. That little bit of experience from Casemiro and Bruno in particular.
Well, over the last minute or so, I don't think the ball has gone away from 5 yards from that right-hand touchline. One a corner and 2 throws. Now Everton will be able to bring it away, and Casemiro kicks the ball away, gets a yellow card after the free kick had been given to Everton. Time-wasting tactic from Casemiro in clearing, and he has booked his 8th yellow card of the season.
I wonder where this is going, Jim. I know where this is going. Straight up into the penalty area.
Second ball has been thrown onto the pitch, one that went out of play for a throw into the United contingent about a minute or so ago. Pickford has had to retrieve it, and it looked as though he was going to kick it back into them, and then thought better of it because he knew it would come back.
He shouldn't have kicked the United down, that's for sure.
So he ciphered it back out of play, and the match ball 15 yards inside the Everton half Is struck forward long by and towards the edge of the penalty area. 2 United headers, then a third. Cunha should be able to get it away. The counter-attack is on. They can't find Dallo. Everton have done well to win it back, but then it could be 4 against 1 as Manchester United break quickly. Garner's got a lot of defensive work to do here. Ball is knocked square. Šeško tries to get round Pickford, who's thwarted him brilliantly. Came out, got his body behind it, then off balance, got a right fist to it to punch it away out towards the touchline. Second goal there would have killed Everton off. Kiernan Dewsbury Hall has it inside the centre circle. Bruno Fernandes slides in. Referee says foul. Plays the advantage. Everton on the front foot. Right-footed shot. Lomans denying Tyreek George as he dives to his left. It's still 1-0 to Manchester United with just over 2 minutes to go. Ball bowled out to the Manchester United right again. Keane chesting it down though. 4 towards Branthwaite. Very late drama in United's last game when they scored an equaliser in the 6th minute of stoppage time. They're trying to prevent one nearly as late tonight. George stumbles down on his backside for a moment, but on his feet in the blink of an eye, and he didn't lose possession to his credit. Branthwaite put under pressure. Everton have won it back, and then they got a free kick. Referee says no. Everton have still got the ball. He's played the advantage again. It's 10 yards outside the box. Tarkowski getting it forward. 90 seconds of stoppage time to go. Cunha very handsy with Garner, but he hasn't fouled him, and the ball's gone out of play. It's a goal kick, and Cunha will take the applause high and low fives from his teammates. And that's another slightly nervy moment that has passed. And it's a Manchester United free kick just down by the dead ball line. They're going to make a change, and Aidan Heaven will come on to replace Cunha for the last minute or so, Steve.
Yeah, who'd be a referee? It's all gone on, hasn't it? The passion and everything is there for everybody to see. The beauty of the Premier League. Yes, centre-back coming on. You can deal with it, makes sense. Take off a wide player. I think he's booking Bruno for his challenge in the middle of the pitch just before George went free. Yeah, he has got a yellow card. Yeah, that does make sense now to put an extra centre-half on. Deal with this aerial bombardment if there's time.
So Cunha's left the field. Heaven is on. Should be, from this point, still about a minute to go. Lomans will clear it, right-footed. Manchester United leading 1-0 after Šeško's goal 20 minutes or so ago. Another high ball forward from United will go through towards Jordan Pickford, who catches it, bowls it out towards the edge of the penalty area and has no time to waste. He's whacked it forward left-footed. Looked like a push on Branthwaite, nothing given. Everton help it wide. Out towards the left-hand side for Tyreek George. George has done well, wraps his foot around it, gets it in. Steepling ball towards the far post, it'll be brought down by Iliman Ndiaye. About 20 seconds left. Garner. High ball inside the penalty area from him, nodded down, it's taken a touch and goes out for what's been given as a goal kick. It looked like a corner to me, but a goal kick has been given by Darren England, who is in a much closer position than us. And Lomans' goal kick may well be the last touch of the night. United are going to win it.
I think that's about it. I have to say the goalkeeper has been fairly fantastic for Man U. It's definitely a corner kick as well, isn't it? No wonder the Everton fans are going berserk. It's a corner kick for them, but the goalkeeper's been immaculate. They haven't really created. They've huffed and puffed Everton, but never really created a chance.
Lomans gets it upfield, and it's Manchester United who've won. There have been more away wins in this fixture in Premier League history than any other. And Manchester United have done to Everton here what Everton did to them at Old Trafford. One goal enough. It was Benjamin Šeško that scored it tonight at the end of a counter-attack. Everton in the last 20 minutes gave them absolutely everything. Pushed forward, created chances, whole raft of corners, and United defended them stoutly. They've got over the line. They're back to 4th, 3 clear of Chelsea now, and only 3 points behind Aston Villa in 3rd. Everton stay 9th. Everton 0, Manchester United 1.